You don't see that much of electronic vibe into K-pop. Different vibe, but it's still a fashion show song. Just the lens alone costs around $25,000, so I hope Karina here is careful with the equipment. Did I secretly expect something more? The answer to all this, I think, is LE SSERAFIM. What? Hello guys, it's Juneri. I'm an artist, developer and producer, and today I'm going to watch aespa's Whiplash. Oh.
One look, give 'em whiplash. Beat drop with a big flash. 집중해 좀 더 think fast. 이혼 넌 이해 못해. 왜 이제야 너와 did that? Day one 너와 been bad. Don't stop 흔들린 채. 무리해도 can't touch that. Under pressure, body sweating. Can you focus? 어디서 나같은 맘도 I'm the coldest. 오직 나만 네 입안을 바꿀 change it. Just close your eyes, breathe in, baby. One look, give 'em whiplash. Beat drop with a big flash. 집중해 좀 더 think fast. 이혼 넌 이해 못해. 왜 이제 너와 did that? Day one 너와 been bad. Don't stop 흔들린 채. 무리해도 can't touch that. Whip whiplash. 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 One look, give 'em whiplash. Fancy. 이건 정말로 is glowing and it's flashy. 알아 적당함이 뭔지 keep it classy. 따라하지 넌 또 하나부터 열까지. 아닌 척하지. Pressure body sweating, can you focus? I deliver, I can promise I'm the coldest. lem년해도 소용없지, don't you blow it. Just close your eyes, breathe in and visualize. 시작되는 순간 끝나버린 판단. 기회는 오직 one time, unforgettable. 찾아낸 the right light, 사라지지 않아. 너는 생긴 one time, unforgettable. One look, give 'em whiplash. Beat drop with a big flash. 집중해 좀 think fast. 이혼 넌 이해 못해. 왜 이제야 너와 did that? Day one 너와 been bad. Don't stop 흔들린 채. 무리해도 can't touch that. I'm the highlight. It's your red light. It's a night so balmy. You know it's my side. 거친 내 side. 만들어갈 history. One look, give 'em whiplash. Beat drop with a big flash. 따라와, 어서 move fast. 이유 넌 이해 못해. 왜 이제야 너와 did that? Day one 너와 been bad. Don't stop 흔들린 채. 다가와도 can't touch that. Whip whiplash. 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 One look, give 'em whiplash.
Okay. So that's obviously something kind of new in K-pop. You don't see that much of electronic vibe into K-pop usually, unless you're listening to my remixes the past 15 years. What changed that made SM Entertainment suddenly releasing something like this? The instrumental is pretty much a full-fledged techno track, with some elements here and there from minimal techno, deep house and tech house. All these genres blend together anyways. The answer to all this, I think, is LE SSERAFIM. What does LE SSERAFIM have to do with aespa? Well, very recently, LE SSERAFIM came back with Crazy.
Act like an angel and dress like crazy.
And it was a song obviously made with the intention of being at fashion shows. It had this exact kind of vibe, like you're in a fashion show and you're just walking, showing off the outfits and your beauty, of course. And this is exactly another one. Different vibe, but it's still a fashion show song. SM Entertainment, of course, is not new to electronic music, but it's usually some remixes or some beat tracks that they would sometimes release with a lyric video or something like that. But we're talking about the title track here. As expected, you don't get a very complex vocal vocal melody. The vocals are quite flat actually, which is what requires anyways to make this kind of song. We can already know that aespa can sing very well from their previous releases and their lives, so there is no doubt that this was just an artistic choice for this song, and it was not made like that because the girls cannot sing or something like that. Now the music video is quite peculiar. There are these parts that we see the girls in something that looks like a studio, walking around with cameras. This is actually a red camera and this is a master prime lens. Just the lens alone costs around $25,000, so I hope Karina here is careful with the equipment. I'm not sure exactly how they came up with this kind of concept. Maybe they say it's very electronic, so pretty much find whatever we have laying around and just put it in there, because SM Entertainment have their own studios as well. You see even these kind of helmets that are made to put a camera on top so you can film this kind of POV scenes. And then we move outdoors, some kind of villa somewhere, and we see a lot of futuristic elements like this high hill here that she's taking off the hill and she's connecting it here. And here we're back to the studio. I don't know exactly what's going on in the story. The point of this review is not to analyze the story because that would require several watch-throughs. I'm just saying what I'm observing here. And we see a lot of this text in our face as well, which definitely reminds these very artistic fashion clips. Then we have the quintessential car scene because we have to put this energy and we have to look cool. So here is a car, some explosion that we have seen with aespa a lot, and back to the studio. And that's pretty much the music video. Is it done well for what it is? Yes, absolutely. It's filmed very nicely. The girls are amazing. Their performance in the music video is amazing. aespa always had this amazing performance since their debut. I really love this kind of scenes here. They're very stylistic, very fashion-like. Scenes like this, right? That you will see in a fashion magazine or a fashion clip. Personally, if I was producing this music video, I would probably skip this kind of studio shots and focus more on this kind of beauty shots here. Maybe make an alternative set that it is a bit technical, like the studio shots are with the cameras and everything, but it's still somewhere in this kind of setting. But maybe there is a deeper meaning, a more specific reason they have chosen this white studio with all the equipment. Certainly no budget constraints because aespa have a lot of budget to use as they like. I'm pretty sure there is actually something in the concept that explains all this. The outfits are certainly very nice. This is aespa's general style these days. Don't forget they're coming from two amazing releases, Supernova and Armageddon. And yeah, again, the girls look absolutely beautiful. They're performing great. Everything is fine. The song is not too bad. What's my personal opinion about all this? Since I have this very strong connection with electronic music and K-pop, I think I can say a little more about this. It is a little too flat. Again, this is like a fashion clip. It has to have the flow. If you start adding some special points here and there, then it will lose this flow. So to that extent, there are many restrictions that the producers had to follow. Of course, the way this is usually done, especially with SM, is some people all over the world write songs and SM chooses them out of thousands. So it's SM Entertainment producers that have chosen this song and say, okay, we're gonna produce it. And depending on how they come out, they choose and say, okay, this is gonna be our title track. The instrumental is actually really nicely made. It has this kind of horn sounds as well that are typical with this techno music and also give a feeling of fashion. So the song is chosen or made very well for that purpose. So what I'm trying to say is that although I or somebody else could actually make this much better technically, adding some variations, some build-ups, making the vocal melody go all over the place, that doesn't mean the song would actually serve better as a pop song. Because no matter how electronic it is, it's still a pop song targeted at the market that listens to pop music. And this is something that often people that listen to my remixes misunderstand. They say, hey, this remix is so much better than the original, why they didn't release this? No, it's not better than the original. The original is a pop song and it's targeted for a pop market. My remix feels better because it has more energy, because it's targeted to people that like electronic music. So this song kind of stands in the middle. It has this strong electronic vibe, but it's easy to listen to. Even people that are not used to electronic music can still enjoy this. They can enjoy the girls' voices on top of this nice beat with this nice flow. So to that extent, I find it actually really well made. Do I personally like it? Well, it's not my favorite aespa song for sure. It's actually one of my least favorite title tracks from aespa. But that's not because this is bad, it's because aespa have such an amazing discography with so nice songs. So I think this is a good variation in their discography. In this kind of groups like aespa, you cannot keep making the same thing. You have to give variation, you have to try new formulas, and well, here it is. Did they make this choice for this song because LE SSERAFIM Crazy and they saw that song had good response? It's a bit hard to say, we will never know. Production for the songs you see now might have started many months or even years ago, and maybe they just decided to actually finalize this now and make it into the next title track. Perhaps it's all the way around. Some people that were working with SM Entertainment a few months ago might have known this is the direction they were going, and maybe they talked to friends, and maybe that's how Les Seraphim got the idea to make Crazy. But maybe it's just a coincidence, maybe that's where the trend goes, maybe that's where the style goes, and just everybody's doing it. I'm just saying this is a very interesting coincidence. Did I secretly expect something more? I actually did. I always expect more from aespa because they are one of my favorite groups, certainly top 5 in K-pop right now, but they have given us so nice music and music videos that you can never complain. I don't know if they have another music video coming out of this album. This is the title track after all. Maybe they make a repackage very soon and there's another main title track there, or maybe they decide to make something for their beat tracks. They actually had some pre-release songs, which was a solo song for each of the girls, and I did give those songs a quick listen, but I didn't think they were that great, and liking the music video is also really hard to get into them. At least that's how it is for me. Last but not least, the big question is this gonna be something viral? I think it has that potential to stay around in the K-pop sphere, people using it in their own videos, in social media, so probably this is not a song that is just gonna be forgotten in a couple of weeks after they finish their promotions. So great job from aespa and their production team, and let's see what you prepare for your next comeback.